Hello, Gale Nation. We are back.
Hey guys.
All right, so before we go right on, we have a little bit of an introduction to do. So we have a very special guest today. I am very, very excited. I'm sort of shaking right now, to be quite honest. This is like a dream come true. I'm talking to someone who I watched on TV. And today we have with us Austin from Are You the One Season 3. How are you, Austin? Austin, are you there? Austin?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, there we go. We can hear you now.
Perfect.
How are you today, Austin?
I'm doing very well.
So, did you get a chance to watch the
hangover.
season finale yet?
Yeah, I did. I watched it. We get sent the episodes the day before they air, so I saw it on Tuesday before it actually aired.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I watched it that night, but I had night class, so I couldn't watch it right away, so I didn't get a chance to watch it until like 12 o'clock when it came on again. And I was very happy. I was very surprised. I kind of cried a little bit, but it's okay. I'm a big fangirl.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with the way they edited it. I was a little worried about how they were going to end the show, but I was happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, I think everyone was really happy. So today we have a few questions for you. Our first question for you is, what was the process like to get onto the show?
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen on my social media or anything, but I'm always doing business, and I'm not really a TV guy. And I got contacted by a casting department, like a third party casting department at MTV, I guess, contracts. And they emailed me and asked me if I wanted to play. They didn't even tell me really the name of the show. It was, would you be interested in playing for $1 million in an exotic location with 10 beautiful women? And I was like, yeah. And so I applied, I was like, I did the application and immediately got a call from a producer at MTV. And that was in October. And then they flew me out December to LA. And then in March, I was told that I was actually on the show. So it took a long time. It was a huge waiting process.
That's still really cool that they contacted you. That you didn't contact them. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I asked them when I got to LA, I was like, how did you guys find me and decide that you wanted to contact me? And they just said that they have people that actively go out and look for different personality types for the show, because they don't necessarily want everybody on the show to be the type of person that applies for every reality show.
Yeah,
so they knew they wanted my personality type, but I would never really apply for a show like that. I had actually never even heard of the show or seen an episode until after I'd been casted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I out of all the dating shows, I don't watch dating shows. I saw the commercial for the first season when it came out, or right before it premiered. So, maybe I'll check it out, see if it looks cool. And I fell in love with the show. Like, I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it happened for me. Obviously, once I got casted, I wanted to watch the other 2 episodes to kind of prepare myself for what I was getting involved in. And after, the first 2 episodes of season 2, I was pretty much completely hooked, and I had to finish. I went on just a 2-day binge, and I watched every single episode. And then I ended up rewatching it a second, and then even a couple episodes a third time.
Yeah, some of the episodes you have to watch more than once. There's so much that goes on. You can't get enough of it. You need to re-inform yourself and everything. I found myself doing that a lot this season. So what was it?
Our season was interesting.
Yeah, this season was very, very crazy. What was your strategy? I know you were the one who had the strategic mind. So what was your strategy throughout the weeks?
My strategy always was, I'm a big team player. I did 4 years in the Army, and I'm big on teamwork and people working together and communication. And that's one thing that we really didn't have in the house. Matchup, I looked at it as an opportunity to learn something, to learn based on beams. We could kind of use process of elimination and start ruling couples out if we switch specific couples moving through the week. So we had our control, which was the first week. And what I wanted is to go back to those matchups and then strategically change 1 or 2 specific couples throughout the week. And if we lose a beam, we know that one of those couples that we switched was a match. And if we gain one, we know that one of the couples that we switched was a match. So that's the strategy I wanted to play. And then every matchup we would learn something new, and we would come out with more information than we went into. But every matchup, my plan always went to hell and people just did whatever they wanted. And then when they did whatever they wanted and it didn't work, they would blame me because I was trying to get them to play my strategy. And I don't think they ever, not even once, actually did it entirely.
Yeah, honestly,
I was like their scapegoat.
Honestly, I was in favor of your plan. As I've watched each season, I've noticed that when they do switch like one couple or two couples, that's when they usually find a match or they find out who's not a match. So I was all for your plan. I was even screaming at my TV like, why weren't they listening to you? I was like, why wouldn't you listen to him? He's the one who's trying here. Just listen to Austin. He's got this. Sit back. But no one was doing that. I was really upset.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people in the house would be like, we need to play together and we need to do this. And then they'd be like, no, screw the team. I'm here for love and I don't care about the money. And then they'd be like, you guys don't play team. And it was maddening.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth this year, I noticed. I wasn't too crazy about that, but like I said, the one thing that I liked a lot was the fact that you were trying to have that strategy. Honestly, you're one of my favorite cast members on the show this season, so I was really excited that someone took the initiative, and I was glad it was you. So yeah, that's like the one thing that I really was like fond of.
It would have been great if I could have actually gotten everybody on the same page, but there was too many Chiefs and not enough Indies, I guess you could say.
Exactly. I think everyone after a point noticed that. So were you surprised that you and Brittany were a perfect match?
I was, and then I wasn't. Brittany came in, and her and Chuck's thing started pretty early, and I was still trying to figure out, I didn't have a clue who my match was, and we had a couple of really good talks that they didn't air or even put in the extended scenes. I mean, there was a couple of times we talked for well over an hour or two out by the pool, and we realized that we did have a lot in common in the things that we wanted out of our relationship. And one thing that she had always said is that she wasn't dependent on a man or in the relationship. She was able to live her own life, and that's what I wanted in a perfect match, but it made it really difficult to see things beyond just a friendship or for strategic reasons, her being my match because of how close her and Chuck were. And Chuck was one of my best friends in the house, so it made things kind of sticky.
I see. And the one thing that also really annoyed me was that they didn't really show you at all. I honestly, when it was announced that you and Brittany were the perfect match, I was extremely shocked because I never saw you two together. So I was really upset that they never really showed you, and they never really showed you and Brittany together.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, we only talked a couple times. So we had good talks when we did talk, but we also butted heads a lot because she thought my strategy was stupid, and I thought she was stupid for thinking my strategy was stupid. So it made it difficult for us to work together at times. But it does make sense that why we were perfect matches, just because of the way we both are in a relationship.
And now that you say that, now I can understand why they put you together. So now we all know that Brittany and Chuck are together, and you aren't with Brittany. So have you found someone special yet?
Actually, I have. I do have a girl that I'm seeing, that I've been seeing since I got off of the TV show.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Then we have one last question before our final question, and that is, what did you take away from your experience on the show?
Honestly, I walked out with some really good friends. Zach and I are really close, I think, but sometimes I think we hate each other too. No, I'm just kidding. We're close. Me and Tyler are close. Connor and I are close. Chuck and I are very close. I still talk to Chelsea and Kiki. And Mike, I went and stayed with Mike in New York. I went and stayed with Zach in L.A. I'm visiting Chuck in Hawaii in 2 weeks. So I don't know if I really learned a whole lot being out there, but I definitely walked away with some best friends that I'm sure I'll be friends with for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. Okay, so our final question is, like I said, I'm a huge fan. So, would you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter? Either one.
I can follow you on Twitter.
Okay. So you know my Twitter. It's how I reached out to you. That'd be great. I would deeply appreciate that because I said you're my favorite on the show. So I thank you for being on. I thank you for being with us. It was great having you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
If you're ever in New York, feel free to stop by Iona College. We'd love to have you.
I will definitely do that.
Thank you. So we'll talk to you
thank
soon,
you.
hopefully. Good luck with everything. I know you're a businessman, so good luck with your future, with your business and everything. We look to hearing from you soon.
Awesome. Thank you for having me again.
No problem.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was Austin from Are You the One? We're going to go to a quick music break, and we'll be right back. See you in a little bit.